Hello everyone. This week we are going to be focusing on line. You've spent the last few weeks hopefully really warming up and not enjoying the process, not worrying about a finished drawing, but just hopefully having a bit of fun with everything and just, as I say, enjoying the process or learning to enjoy the process. It's a difficult thing, I know, just letting go and not worrying, but hopefully some of those warm-up exercises have helped. Now, this week firstly I'm going to show you how to make a cola pen. I know that some of you, I have demonstrated this before, and I know that some of you have done this before, but I thought we'd have a go again, particularly for those that haven't had an opportunity to do it, or didn't do it in the previous course. So that's my first thing. I'm going to show you how to do that, and then I'm going to talk about just a little bit about line and what we're going to do. So the things you're going to need for your cola pen, it's all written in the sheet that I'm sending through to you, but I'm using these are coffee stirrer sticks. Yeah, you can pick these up from quite a lot of coffee places, but obviously some of them have taken bits and pieces away at the moment because of the restrictions. But you could use just a stick from the garden. I've got a stick. You could use any stick like this. It's basically you just need something, a stick effectively, to hold your nib onto, and your nib of your cola pen is made from, funny enough, an aluminium drinks can. This piece like this, okay. This is my wonderful Fever Tree elderflower tonic. No advertising there, of course, but there you go. So I've been collecting these, and I've got a piece of a cola can that actually I've already cut up for you. To show. So effectively you need a piece cut up like that. You can use any old tape, masking tape works. I'm using electrical insulating tape because it's a bit more robust. So I'm using that, and you'll need some scissors. So effectively that's all you need. Put my stick to one side for a minute. That's all you need. Right. I've got a couple of sticks here which are a bit stronger, so I think I might use those. I'm going to use a couple together because they're, as I say, they make a bit stronger. Right, to make your nib, be very, very careful. This can be very sharp. You might find that you can use a little bit of fine sandpaper just to take away any rough edges. There's a tiny bit there, you see. You could catch yourself on that and cut yourself, but be very careful. If you're not very sure, if you're a bit wary about it, use some gloves. All right. So what I do is I fold mine in half. Okay. I'm not going to crease it too hard because actually I'll show you in a minute what we actually need to achieve. Now, then we're going to, in fact, I'm going to cut that one in half. You can see that all right. You can cut that in. So I could make two from this piece. So you need a stalk effectively, and that's the bit that is you're going to attach onto your stick or your coffee, and then you cut your nib shape out. Now I'm going to go for something a bit rounded like this, and then maybe with a little rounded edge at the top there like that. I think. Something like that. You can do all sorts of shapes. I'll show you some in a minute that I did earlier. Now, what you need is, I'm just going to put the scissors in there just to open that up a little bit. Oops, let's do that again. Okay, just pull it apart slightly because you're going to need to put your, now I put one of my sticks inside and one on the outside like that, And what that does, you see, is it just holds that, you've got a gap here, okay? And squeeze it a bit tighter here. But that is where the ink gets held inside there, okay? And then you take a bit of tape, and obviously we want to make sure that that's taped onto there nice and firmly. So there we go. Probably put more than I need to on that. There we go. Because I've got two sticks together, I'm actually just going to put a little bit down the bottom here as well, just to hold these two together. Don't need to do too much. Okay. And that, hey presto, is your dip pen. There we go. That's your Cola pen. Put those to one side. I'm using some. So let's try it out and see what this is. Some Indian ink, and there we go. See, it's amazing how much ink gets held in the. So, you know, I haven't re-dipped that pen yet. I like that. That's a lovely. Does make a scratching sound. Okay. Oh, look what's going on around here now. Where these lines are just running out of ink now, and I've just dipped that once. So this is just the, to say, the Indian ink. Okay. Just holding it lightly now. I can get a So what I'd like you to do once you've done your pen is just explore the quality of the lines that you can make. So you see I've got some much thicker lines by dragging it sideways. What happens if I actually maybe dip it in and drag it right across? Look at that. Wow. Again, like that. God. And I like the fact that you can see some lines going through. I draw it very lightly. Like that. What happens if I quickly? Yeah, so you get a sort of a splattered mark. What happens if I just move your hand around, move your tool around in different positions? And now I'm going all over the place at the moment, but what you could do is you could do some lines across like this, and I'm try and vary what you're doing. Let's just dip that in again. Take that out of the way. You can see. You could try just doing a whole series of different lines. I've also got, let's try, I've got a brush here and some water. So if you're using Indian ink, it does dry quite quickly, so you have to be, add water, you have to be quite quick. So I'm just going to put a line there, and I'm just going to add a touch of water along that line as well. Wow. And then what happens if I draw with some water and use my Cola pen to, there we go. Look at that, it's exciting. Ah, love it. If you really don't like the scratchiness of the pen, use a stick. So have a go with using a stick, see what sort of lines you can make. Oh, look at that. That one's got a double line going across there, like that. Wow. You never quite know what you're going to get. Do you know? Can I get a thin line with this stick? That's the other thing. There we go. I can turn it around as I go. That gives me something a bit different as well. It's quite scratchy. Let's put my Cola pen down a minute. So the other thing you can do is obviously lots of feathers around at the moment. So try using a feather. We get different marks. You have to keep dipping this one in quite a bit. You could try cutting the end of the quill a bit and see what's going on. But try other things that you've got around the house. I've put some bits in here. So these are obviously Q-tips. You could use them sort of on their own like that. You know what type of mud, or we could try folding it in half, and so that we've got like a double, dipping both of those in, and hey. So already we've got lots of different types of quality of line. Have a bit of a play with your Cola pens. You can try, as I say, try different, making different. I rather like this one, so I'm gonna keep using this one, I think. So try different ones, and then get yourself a subject, and then have a go at drawing your subject with your pen, but only using line. All right, and that is the section for today. That's this week. We're in practice. These are pens that I've made previously, so you can see you can cut them in all sorts of shapes. All right, and see if there's you get different marks with different pens. This one I've got a little bit cut out in the middle. So, and this one here as well, tiny bit cut out in this section here. So have a go. Honestly, it's good fun. You can see this then, but important thing is make sure you've got a little gap down there so that the ink can fall into that, and then it'll come out in the end there. All right, so there we go. I'm going to sign off for today. All right, and I will see you next week. Next week, by the way, you will need some threads or some yarn, and if you've got some garden wire, go and sort that out. It's fairly cheap stuff to buy anywhere, but very flexible sort of garden wire, because we're going to be drawing with that next week, and that will be something different and something a bit more fun as well. So have a good week with your Cola pens. All right, and as I say, if you haven't got the Indian ink, you can use any type of ink, or you know, good old-fashioned coffee, but it'll be nice. It will have to be a really nice strong coffee, or try a watercolor paint or a watered down acrylic paint. Excuse me. Yeah, that's it for this week, folks. So have a good week, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye.